Welcome to the Do Good X podcast, a sanctuary from the entrepreneurial grind. Hosts Kimberly Danielle and Stephen Lewis, advocates for impactful entrepreneurship, guide you on the path where purpose meets business. Join us to slow down, reconnect, and explore the challenges of under-resourced entrepreneurs, uncovering the unique journey of building businesses that make a difference. Now, your hosts.
Hello and welcome to the Do Good X podcast. My name is Kimberly Danielle and I am a community builder, a communication strategist, and a coach who comes from generations of faith-driven entrepreneurs and leaders who believe that our purpose should drive us to contribute to the common good. Thank you all for joining me today. I am going to be the solo host on this episode and look forward to Stephen joining back next week. Now, if you are a solo founder and in search of a co-founder or even considering it, or if you are a co-founder, this is an episode that is for you. Today, I specifically just want to chat about the benefits of working with a co-founder and tips for navigating that type of relationship. And of course, I come with some experience of that myself, not just working with founders that come through the Startup Accelerator at Do Good X, but also being a co-founder with Stephen. So, he's not on this episode to tell his side of the story. But here I am today to share just from my own experience and those in my community. And I also know that some investors and accelerators require entrepreneurs to have a co-founder, but I don't always think that it's necessary as long as you have a strong and capable team. So, if you're tuning in and you're a solo founder and you're thinking, I really don't think that I need a co-founder. That's great. Maybe you can glean some tips from this episode to share it with somebody else. And also be thinking to yourself, how are you building a strong and capable team that helps to build the business that you desire since you are a solo founder? So I'm just going to hop right in to these 3 benefits specifically and 3 tips to working with a co-founder and to also when you're searching for a co-founder specifically. So 1, the benefit of having a co-founder is that it really expands your skill set and your capacity. Of course, we have our strengths and our gifts that we can lean into. For some folks who are first starting out, you may be the only person. And so you have to stretch your skill set and your capacity to really do and be all things depending on the resources that you have available to you or not at that time. And so really exploring the opportunity to have a co-founder can help to alleviate some of that so that you have the opportunity to lean into your gifts. And then you can bring somebody alongside you that is complementary and kind of expands the gifts that you have on your team. And so with Stephen and myself, I know that, there's certain things that Stephen is his zone of genius. And there's certain things that are my zone of genius. And we both have clarity about where our lanes are, where our lanes intersect, and where we can help each other in our strong suit or in our areas of growth. And so really, just be thinking about what are the skills that aren't necessarily your strengths that you need specific to your business to help you get to the next level. That can help to narrow the scope of what you're looking for in a co-founder. And tips about this specifically beyond just what I've already named is to also be clear about what responsibilities that you will have and what responsibilities that your co-founder will have, and where you will come together in that work so that you're not stepping on each other's toes, and so that you are lifting up and platforming each other's gifts and strengths and skills in the right ways. So the second benefit that I want to talk about is that you have the gift of having a consistent conversation partner and having a co-founder. If you are like me and you get stuck in your own head with ideas, with thoughts, this could be a huge benefit to you, and also a support system. So you may have a community of support. You may have folks that you can reach out to talk about, different things that you have going on in your business. But having a co-founder is different because it's somebody who is in the weeds of your business just like you are, and they have a deeper level of understanding of what you may be dealing with day in and day out. Now, though this is a great benefit, it can also be challenging. So I want you to keep in mind, as you are looking at a co-founder and having this conversation partner on a regular basis, know that there may be times where you have to address conflict with your co-founder. Be open with them, be honest with them, address conflict, have those tough conversations. And because of that, make sure you know how you all navigate conflict, navigate challenge, how you will address these tough conversations so that it actually yields some type of solution or resolution for your particular business. It's a conversation partner when it comes to things coming up in the business. And I'm also naming the challenge and the conflict that can come up because in the dynamics of a relationship, in the way of co-founders, which is just like any relationship, it takes work. And people are human. They have feelings. We all have feelings. We all have things that come up. And so it's important to not just understand how you will communicate and toss ideas back and forth with this person about your business, but also what you will do when you actually address challenge with this person. And what happens if this relationship doesn't work out with a co-founder? Some people get so caught up into the excitement around having somebody come on board that they don't necessarily think about, well, what if this doesn't work out? And what is the strategy or exit strategy we'll have in place that supports both people should that relationship not work out? So be thinking about that in advance and have some things in place to support whatever happens for the team, for your relationship as co-founders. And then the last benefit that I want to talk about is having a co-founder can really position you to have more access to investment opportunities and entrepreneurial programs. So I said at the top of this episode that some investors and some accelerator programs require you to have a co-founder, and it's not necessary for all founders. And if you do have a co-founder, and depending on the field that you're in or the field that your business is in, it can expand and increase the opportunities that you have for funding and other types of support. Now, with this, I will share that when we're talking about investment opportunities and the people that you have as a co-founder, I remember talking to someone who works at a bank that offers small business loans. And she shared with me one of the things that founders don't tend to think about that she has been in conversation with who have a fellow co-founder is the credit of each person, because that will impact the chances, obviously, of you getting a small business loan. Now, that's one type of funding opportunity, but I will say in general, what that makes me think about is being clear about your co-founder's financial aptitude and the way that they manage money, the way that they work with money. Because no matter what your role is at the organization that you're at or your area of responsibilities as a co-founder, it's important for you to be clear about the financials of the business. And so this not only impacts your financial opportunities that show up in the way of the example that I gave of small business loans, but also impacts how you all will manage the money for your business. Now, you might be hiring somebody to do that, but it's still important for the leaders of your business to understand what is in your P&L, what your finances look like, what the projected revenue is going to be, how you will approach money, payroll, benefits, all of those things, how you get your employees paid. It's important to be clear about each person's ability to navigate finances and to navigate them well. So that may not be something that you thought about when she brought that to the surface. I was like, I haven't really had entrepreneurs talk about that before, but that is an incredible point to be thinking about. For better or for worse, we have to consider that in the process, especially if you're looking at small business loans as a possibility for a funding opportunity for your business. So again, just to quickly recap, benefits of having a co-founder: expand your skill set and capacity. It provides you with a consistent conversation partner and somebody to support you who is down in the nitty gritty, just like you are, and has a deeper level of understanding of where you might be coming from and what you might be kind of wrestling with. And then lastly, it can position you and your business for additional investment opportunities, as well as opportunities to participate in certain accelerator programs or other types of programs that support businesses. So if you choose to have a co-founder, just make sure you do your homework. It's to the business's benefit, and make sure that the synergy is there with that person, because you do have to like that person to at least work with them. This is somebody you're going to spend some time with. So I'm just going to plug that in at the end here. Make sure you actually have synergy with that person, because you might be spending more time with them than your family and your friends. So make sure you actually like the person. It can be a game changer to have a co-founder, but it is also important to remember that it's a partnership that requires transparent communication, mutual respect, a shared vision, and so much more. So I wish you the best on your journey. If you are out here looking for a co-founder or even considering it, if you are a solo founder, kudos to you, and I wish you the best as well. And if you are searching for a community to hear more insights or tips on identifying or working with a co-founder, we do have a place for you to go. Go to dogoodx.org. Join our LinkedIn community that is designed for entrepreneurs and change makers. Here we provide tools, resources, and connections for your journey, and I'd love to personally connect with you there. We hope you join us again, and until next time, be well and do good.
Thank you for listening to the Do Good X podcast. To continue the conversation or access our resources, visit www.dogoodx.org. Join us again for conversations that will nourish your soul, ignite your dreams, and empower you to build an impactful business, one intentional step at a time. Until then, keep striving, thriving, and doing good.